down here at HYROX London XL 2024. It's a huge day for me personally, my first HYROX Pro, stepping up from the Open division. So really excited, really buzzing about that, and you are along for the journey. I'm not 100% confident and sure whether I can get through this race, but when are we ready to step up? Maybe we're never ready. And certainly if we wait till we do, we won't necessarily get there. So taking that risk today, I'm really excited. Can't wait to get out on that track today. Let's go.
We're at the other side of my HYROX Pro race now, so we're going to do a bit of a debrief on how that went to give you some tips for your first HYROX Pro race, single strategy. So the first run came in at 5:23, so 5 minutes 23 seconds. I was aiming for anywhere between a 5:15 and a 5:30, so bang on pace for that first 1 kilometre. Split into the ski erg, we hit a 4:27, so yeah, a little bit off what I could go if I was going full pout, but as I said, really wanted to go slow and steady with this race to save a little bit in the tank for later on. Into run number 2, hit a 4:11, so pretty quick there, more like the usual pace that I'd be hitting. And then we headed into the 50-metre sled push. Now, this went better than to be expected, so 50 kilograms heavier than the open weight, so from 150 to 202, and completed this in 3 minutes 11 seconds. My personal best for me on the open weight is just over 2 minutes and a half, so that is only 40 seconds slower than that, so really pleased with that. We're then back out onto run number 3. Feeling a little bit of fatigue now in both the quads and the glutes, and we hit a 4:49, so closer to that 5-minute kilometre mark. And next up, we were into probably the hardest bit of the whole race, particularly seeing the difference between the open race and the pro race. The sledge pull was really hard going. That came in at 8 minutes 01. And it was here that I really had to dig deep and find within myself how I was able to get through that. We came through that there, we got to the other side. I switched up some techniques and used a lot of the like lean and pull back technique, which you'll see in the clips that we're overlaying as we're talking this through. And then back out onto run 4, that came in at a 4:41. So again, not that far off this 5-minute kilometre goal. And then into the burpee broad jumps. I took this slow and steady again, really looking to hold a little bit in the tank, still back for those larger, higher weights that were coming later in the race. So that came in at a 6:45, nothing particularly impressive there, but you know, great to get that under the belt. And then back out onto the next run, we're at a 4:50. So 9 seconds off our previous run, but not surprising given the burpees have just gone through. And then into the row, here we hit a 4 minutes 28 seconds. So that is not hugely off sort of the usual time that I would go for on a HYROX Open, maybe 15-20 seconds off the pace there. Into run 6, and we hit a 4:36, so a little bit quicker, picking up the pace a little bit. And then into the farmer's carry. This is one of the exercises that I've been in my training between focusing on stepping up to the pro. It's only a total of 16 kg more in those kettlebells, but it's 32 each in the hand rather than 24. And I managed to go unbroken in this, so did not put them down the whole 200 meters, and that came in at a 1:39, which at the time the race was 27th fastest in that division. So really pleased with that. Back out onto the run now. I was pretty fatigued here, so not surprised we hit the slowest run we had in the race so far at a 5:05, but again, not a million miles off that 5-minute per kilometre goal we were looking at. And then we're into the station that I was least looking forward to, most worried and concerned about, the sandbag lunges. This is 50% heavier than the open weight, so you go from 20 kilograms in the open, 30 kilograms in the pro. And pretty concerned, could I actually keep it up there for the whole time? You put it down once, you get a 5-metre penalty, put it down twice, you get disqualified. But the good news is, I managed to get through this without putting it down, and I got through it in a 4 minutes 58, which is, for me, pretty reasonable and respectable, so really pleased with that. Then we were out onto the final run, and again, a little bit off the pace here, but still within that 5 minute and a half kilometers at a 5:28. And then we went into the wall balls. Now 100 wall balls, whatever state you're in and the HYROX, is always tricky. This is only 3 kilograms heavier than the open weight. You go from 6 to 9, but I really felt this. This was hard work. Broke this up into sets of 10, 1 or 2 sets of 5 as well when I was really struggling. And we got over the line here at 8 minutes 1 second. So a little bit off what I'd like, but coming across that finish line at 1:28, that is still several minutes faster than I did my first ever HYROX in. Only 18 months ago did I complete my first open HYROX at 1 hour 32. So to come in quicker than that 18 months later, doing a pro rate, feels a real achievement. I'm really pleased, really proud of it, and I want to really encourage and inspire you. If you're thinking about stepping up from the open to the pro, do give it a go. We've got loads of tips for all the exercise stations at this channel to help you get HYROX ready for your next race. So do subscribe.